Action. Oh, I was supposed to say that before. Doesn't matter. Well, good morning, Chris.
Jesus Christ. Good night, Scott.
Yeah.
You're rising and I'm shining.
Yeah, you've got that habit like so many of us do, including myself, when we're used to our cameras being on auto. So we figure if we do that, it'll go on auto. But when we have it on manual, fuck, it ain't going to matter.
It won't do it.
But it's so much nicer to have things on manual because you don't have to worry about being out of focus and shit. But anyways, enough about that. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to everyone out there that's been watching us here on this wonderful podcast, or if you've been listening to us here on the podcast. What's it called again, Chris? I forget already.
This is where they meet us in the man cave.
Thank you.
Everybody. It's one big party. Everybody's coming down here. We're all going to hang out. Scott's going to drink coffee. I'm going to drink beer.
I got to behave. I got to behave tonight. Just sometimes I got to show a little love to my coffee, too. I like to spread the love out to the tasty beverages from all ranges. So tonight's coffee for me. Yeah.
If I drank coffee, I'd be up till fucking Thursday.
I would.
I mean, it does horrible shit to me. I had to kick it. Can't do it no more.
It's funny. You're not the only person I've heard that from where coffee just not necessarily agree with you. And for me, it's been the exact opposite. It's been a life source.
I mean, I fucking love it. I love the taste of coffee. I love the smell of coffee, but it's just one of those things where I was getting the constant bubble gut and it was really hurting me. And it was just like, I gotta stop it.
Is that why I have a gut?
I think it's actually
laziness.
No, it'll help with that. I think it'll help you lose weight. But
the thing of it is,
all the pesticides and everything they put in it, I think it hurts your stomach. At least it hurt mine.
Yeah, it's serious. I've heard others have the same. I mean, honestly, I can't drink the strong stuff like I used to. So I drink more of a breakfast blend. I have less, stomach, tummy aches, I guess you could say. So, yeah, coffee has definitely been a part of my life since I was 14 years old. But before then, I think even my own mother, who was never a big coffee drinker, she always loves the smell of coffee, which I think a lot of people do, even if they're not coffee drinkers. So,
I'm a big scent person. I actually have Scentsies all over the place. They're these little wax candles that you burn without burning. You just give it a heat source, and it'll make the scent. But there's a coffee scent, and I love it.
It's funny, as I think about this particular part of my man cave, I don't have any candles in here, and I love candles. I'm like, with the latex, it's probably not a good idea. But out where the bar's at, I love having candles going, especially these sandalwood type of, aromas. There's just something about that, campfire sandalwood with lavender. With lavender, I love that combination.
We sound so man right now.
Let's get back into the whole manly thing because, I thought coffee would also help inspire what we're about to do here because we're finally getting to it.
It's one half of it, right?
It was a couple weeks ago. You and I had gone down to an event that you have been very much a part of, and I would love for you to explain it to myself and others. What's Dayton, CNC, what's that all about?
That is the Dayton Cars and Coffee. Man, it's just a lot of cars that gather up at the same meeting place. It's pretty big event. I mean, sometimes they get up to around 1,500 cars, sometimes more. People just pull up. Some socialize, some hang out. A lot of them take pictures. A lot of them take videos. Like here, you kind of just pop your hood, walk around, and see what the hell everybody else has got going on. What inspiration you get from cars, or just a hangout, man. It's early as fuck That's the only downside to it, but it's fun. It's a good time.
Yeah, we see. I decided to meet you at your place, and then we left about 6 o'clock in the morning. But the beauty of it is, we did arrive there at a great time because you had all practically the choice of where you wanted to park.
It helps out because it fills up. If you wait till eight's when it actually starts. If you wait till then, it's fucking a nightmare to get in there.
And tell you what, Chris, if you don't mind, we'll go ahead and share this video. Maybe that'll explain the obvious reasons. Oh, I said obvious. I need to put I need to put a dar in that jar.
This is a car type situation.
Let me go ahead and hit play on that. There we go.
I see a Lambo, man.
Now, what kind of Lamborghini would you say that is? You know the model type?
I'm thinking that's an Aventador.
Oh man, that sound was just. I was standing right behind it. I thought whatever hair I had left off on the top of my head was going to be missing after that. So what's this bad boy?
I don't think that's a Gallardo. That is I believe that's a 280. I don't remember.
What year? Do you know?
280Z, a Nissan. No, actually, Datsun, not Nissan, but it's a Z car. I was falling in love with it. That car that paint was perfect. It's just so pretty. If I were to get a car and start a build, I believe I'd do either the 180 or the 270. I think it's 270. Shit, I'm getting my stuff mixed up. Hang on.
It's okay. I'll describe here. This is obviously the famous Dodge Charger. I had to take a good look inside this thing. You know, I know the camera didn't pick it up very well, but they just, as you can see, kept it all original. Now, is this a 64 or 65 Mustang? Do you know?
Oh God, I was hoping you could tell me that.
I know the 60. I think originally Mustangs came out. It was a 64 and a half. I think. I could be wrong about that. And you could always tell me later on the proper name and year of that other car because I can add it to the screen. But yeah, that was. Oh, here's this. This is what I call.
This would be a. What year would you say this is?
This would be a 1988 Kroger Classic.
Kroger Classic. There you go. This is my back.
Yes, Chris is back. Is that a Ford though? Seriously, is that like a Ford?
I dug that. I thought that was cool, man. I liked that.
And
there's a famous Lotus right there, man.
Oh,
I love some Lotus.
Parked next to that Beamer. Which, trust me, if somebody gave me the keys to that Beamer, I'd be like, thank you.
R30.
Sorry.
R33's right there. Skyline. There's an R33 and an R34 right there, and they don't get enough. Well, we're all into a different car now. What is this?
Just let me know if you want me to pause on anything, Chris, if there's something you want to talk about on here.
Oh, no, I was just going to say that they're like known as Godzilla in Japan. They're crazy cars.
Because I could always go back easily. Keep that in mind. And I can't remember the name of that car there.
This is the Batgirl car, right?
And I know it seemed like I was obsessing over this right here when what we're watching. I don't know why. I just, for some reason, as I was editing, I think I was in an ASMR thing with the headlights. And I just now noticed that's a Batman logo on the light. Holy crap.
Huh. Yeah. Vets out the ass.
I'll tell you what, I'm more turned on with Corvettes today than I ever was before. Because they're just badass looking, the models out today. But then
You know, the kid in me has always hated the Corvette because it's like, because you buy it. Hang on, pause for a second.
Let me get over here and pause it. Okay.
Because the people just buy the Vet and out of the box, they're ready to start racing or doing whatever, and they're always older men that can afford this. And I like the underdog. I like the cars that are built up that can keep up with the Vet. You know, I like to put work into it, and and kind of shit on him with a with a car that's not as fancy,
Mm-hmm.
and beat him in a race. That's what I like to do. And I'm starting to come around to appreciate what a vet is. I mean, the weight savings that it did and the power it's got and the drivetrain. And I mean, it's an American classic, but I'm still not a fan of a Corvette, even though I do appreciate it.
For me,
I just can't.
Sorry, go ahead.
I just can't bring myself to ever fully appreciate one enough to buy it.
Myself, I appreciate the Corvettes before my time. The old Stingrays, because I love the old classic cars. But then I want to say ever since I existed on this planet, for the majority of time, I was the same way. I was never a big fan of them. I don't know why. I just wasn't. There was that typical design of a Corvette for the long time. It reminded me of a banana because I was seeing a lot of yellow Corvettes back in the day. And I know so many people love the Corvette, and I get it. And like you said, you always see the typical old man cruising around in this thing. But today, especially after going to that car show, I'll just say 2023 Corvette or 20, whatever. There's something really badass looking about these days. You just can't deny it,
I got a buddy. He wasn't at this meet, but yeah, he's got a Z06, one of the new ones, and it's respectable. I respect it, but I just can't, for my personal, not that I can actually probably afford one even. Maybe if I sold my current car in this market, maybe I would look into one, but yeah, I can't afford one. I'm kind of talking out my ass, but even if I had the money, I don't think I could buy one.
Yeah, I'm with you there. If I had the money, if I had all the money in the world, I no offense, Corvette lovers, and the body itself today, yes, they are gorgeous. I would spend my money elsewhere, especially, and if you don't mind, I'm going to hit play.
Yeah,
I would definitely take my money elsewhere to the car sitting next to it. And not necessarily that particular one, but there's just something about from 67 to 69 Camaro.
I mean,
I didn't get much there of it, but trust me, you'll see the one I love.
The one coming up, the black, that
Moke,
sexy.
Or this, whatever the hell this is.
I don't remember what this
I don't either, but I had to get it in there next to that Vista Cruiser.
You know what? Go back to that.
Not a problem. Let's do that.
This
car,
back
up a little bit more. There you go.
This car, if you were to finish your meal at Olive Garden, and if you were to get your check, and it were to be a mini one of these cars inside of it that has Andy's Mints written on the outside of it, I feel like that's what this car would taste like. I mean, look at all that.
Plus, add some eyebrows or eyelashes to it.
The Figaro. I've never even heard.
I haven't either.
That shit is crazy.
But I applaud. I'm thinking it's this couple right here, the guy with the Hawaiian shirt, and that may be his wife next to him. But I applaud them. I really do. And you know what? I just now noticed, Chris.
What's that?
It's yeah. Well, no doubt about the name. Duh. It's a European car, but look where the steering's at.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I just now noticed that. All this time that I'm recording it with the camera and editing, it's amazing. There's two things I just now caught because I really get to relax and watch this. And of course, we have this beautiful station wagon to the right of it, which on video here to the left.
Yeah, you didn't. I don't know how we missed Clark Griswold walking around, but he was fucking there.
I love
he missed the on ramp and he fucking shot over the.
I love the I don't know if that's painted in or airbrushed in or what, the cracks there on the driver door.
I don't know. He had a Christmas tree on top of his roof rack.
Yes. No, of course we want to watch Christmas Vacation. All right, I'll get going here.
I love how that guy's taking a picture.
Yeah.
Like, fuck yeah. Station wagon's here. Fuck yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, this would be your number 2 in your heart, right? This Ford, let's see if I get a better angle of it here.
That's cool.
It is.
That's cool.
Oh, there we go.
I like cars like that
I'll
just
get back
to see
to
how
it.
far we fucking come.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I wish I would have
The
got
old
more of an
number 2.
angle on that. But that is cool as hell. Top speeds are probably what? Yeah.
40.
Yeah. Hell, I would. I'll tell you, from the looks of those seats, 40 would be fast enough. And those wheels and tires. But yeah, that is pretty damn cool. There's no doubt about it.
You know what? That fucking golf cart, or not the golf cart, but the shopping cart is probably safer than that.
Of course. I remember asking you the stupid question about this car here. Because I wasn't quite sure, but I felt like a moron after I asked. Viper. Now, of course, you Dodge Vipers, right? I'm thinking there's another company out there that made another Viper. I'm like, well, no, that wouldn't make any sense. But yeah, these are sweet looking cars.
Yeah. You gotta love it.
Oh.
This thing, I had not seen it before, and we've pretty much been to every one since for the last couple years at least.
I'll go back to it.
And that thing, I've not seen it a single time. And it was, what did I ask you? I think I asked you
the engine?
get a picture of these
The
fucking
brakes.
brakes.
Yeah, unfortunately, it didn't come up very well on video. But yeah, I think.
That shit was like a vinyl record. That was
Try it again.
massive.
Let's see if the other angle had it. I doubt it. But then again, hopefully down the road, I'll try to see if I can get a better shot of those brakes. You can kind of see it there, but holy shit, yeah. I could always, damn it.
Stupid. Those are so big. And I think those were six pot.
Third time's a charm.
Piston. I think those were six piston brakes.
Damn.
They are massive, man.
Ironically, I need to think about getting the brakes done on the Explorer soon. Of course, there's that Corvette again. But I'll tell you what, I'm on the fence. I love older classic cars with the orange, but there's something about it. Oh, hold on. Now it's time for me to drool here for a second. This is where I would definitely spend my money on over a Corvette. But I want it either black or gray.
Can't argue with it, man.
Just switch
That's a fucking classic.
The blue, it's like, yeah, it looks really good. My personal choice, I wouldn't turn it down, but black.
Black.
I don't know. Well, there we go. There's just something out with me and black cars. There we go.
See, old cars, I really start looking at the the body lines. Really become this
Foreign hot
cool,
rod.
That's crazy right there.
As a teenager, this Ferrari right here, it was a Testarossa or Testarossa.
Testarossa, yeah.
Pause. Gotta pause on this.
There was so many of these there.
Remember that little heartbreaking story I told you? I think we're standing right about here. My stepfather, Brian, right before he had met my mother and I, had a.
I don't think I can listen to this twice.
He had a body of an AC Cobra. That was just about it, really. I mean, that was from what I was told. If he had met us before, he would have kept that bad boy. Now, granted, I was 13, and I'm 53 now. there's still a good chance it'd still be working on this son of a bitch. But hey, I could brag about it. I'll hit play.
Yeah, that's a fucking sad story. I don't
when I was a teenager, I just love these Camaros. See, an orange on that, I would say that's badass.
Yeah.
Oh.
This little guy. I was laughing at this.
Yeah.
What'd he say? The car is kind of white. So I went with it.
Which I thought you really could appreciate because of how you've got some certain themes around your car. Oh, there we go again.
Oh, I do. I just thought it was funny how he said that. The car is kind of white, so.
Well, it's as I was looking at through a little window from my camera, to me it was like, well, I get it because I'm looking at a lot of black underneath the hood. Uh-oh.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Uh-oh. Oh, yeah.
That fucking rear quarter panel right there is sexy as hell.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
the whole
God.
45-degree angle of a Camaro. I had to get that Nova in there. My mother told me her first brand new car was a Nova. On the V-dub.
Oh, fucking Austin Powers thing. I wonder how many times he reversed to get in there.
You know, the one great thing about this, Chris, looking over this video and all that, it kind of tells me what cars to look for differently the next time I try to record things. But I'll probably have a bad habit of recording certain AC Cobras and looking for Camaros. But the goal is to get some different shots. Man.
That's stupid, man.
Red Ferrari's like candy. You know what I mean? Oh. I knew this was coming.
This thing, I was... Look at me walking. Look at me. I was like, fuck. That is literally Batman's. That's Batman's fucking Lambo. That thing was so pretty.
I got to get my gimbal too more balanced the next time, but that's my problem.
I mean, I loved the matte black on it. Like, everything about it was just great.
Fuck that. Look at this beauty. Oh.
I can't even do it. I can't.
As a teenager,
I can't.
The back of that car was the most important part of the car. I think.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, the Porsche or the Porsches.
Porsche. Hey, it's Porsche.
I think if you had a cat named Porsche, it'd have to be Porsche. Oh, and the Gran Torino. I wish this was running more smooth. Oh, shut up. I could play it. I could fix it in post.
This was cool. This was cool.
I'll tell you what.
I wish to God that GT40 would have been there. That thing, I probably drooled over that.
Maybe next time.
For a half an hour last time I saw it. That car was fascinating.
Wow. Well, those two sitting next to each other, that's just too damn sexy. Oh, wait a minute. There's a familiar Lamborghini, and Chris standing in the same spot again. I was looking over 20 cars, and he was just standing there drilling over that Mustang. Or Mustang, that Lamborghini.
I did not move.
Dear Lord. Even those wheels look fucking frightening. That's a Lotus, right? Or Alfa Romeo?
That's Alfa Romeo, yeah. So little, so tiny.
There's a Monte Carlo. I miss driving those old cars. I really do. There's an old.
God bless. Look at all that chrome.
Yeah,
man.
That was the thing back in the day.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I've secretly always wanted the Viper truck, the SRT 10 Viper, or not? The Viper truck, yeah, Ram. I don't know why. I feel like that'd be even more wild than the car. having a fucking truck with that engine in it.
Well, this is a GTO.
The GTO, man. This guy, pause right here. Pause
Okay, let me have to go over there. Sorry. All right. Pause.
see Crocodile Dundee over here?
Yeah.
When you were taking these pictures, you remember this guy? He had it on the side of the car. He had it on the front where the engine is. That he's the original owner and owner for 50 years and this, that, and the other. And you were taking the pictures with the gimbal, and he looked at me and he was like, take a picture of the owner. And I was
let's play that again.
I was like, what do you mean? I don't. He's got the camera. I don't have the camera. And he's like, the owner, the original owner. And I was like, get over yourself, man.
Dude, I'm sorry. I'm sure your dick's pretty, but I was looking at your car.
He's so fucking. He's so hyped up.
If only he knew that we were just watching all this. Is he missing? I'll be a little bit more respectful.
Props to him. He owns an original GTO. Only a few people can say that, but
Oh, that Ford Taurus. That's an old Chevy, right? I think so.
Looks like it to me. There goes a Supra.
See, when I was a teenager, I was so stubborn about what cars I wouldn't like just because of the family situation I was in. But yet we all agreed that the old classic cars, like what we have here, you loved them. It didn't matter who made it, GM, Ford, or Chrysler, Man.
I was actually kind of impressed. You were calling out a lot of names of cars.
By the way, this is Meet Us in the Man Cave. If you want to subscribe to that, it'd be awesome.
For what you said, like how you don't know shit about cars, you were spitting out quite a few names.
Well, I appreciate it. It was so wonderful for me because as I was looking at some of these old classic cars, it was kind of taking me back a little bit. And in all honesty, with a lot of motors or a lot of vehicles that are made today, I'm clueless. And, and it's not like I know all the names, but that's just it. Well, I mean, Lamborghini's like this gorgeous son of a bitch right here. I know it's a Lamborghini.
I think that's an Aventador. The yellow one, I think, is a Gallardo. But that's good though. I mean, because the older cars that you were talking about, I was kind of like, oh man, I don't really know. Oh, pause that, please.
Okay, let me start at the beginning. See, that's a beauty. This is our podcast. We could control the pausing. Whoops.
See, that's a McLaren, but this is the one I'm excited about.
Okay.
Like the S2000. That's a CR edition. It's the Club Racer.
Mm-hmm. What year is that? Do you know?
I don't.
Is that? I mean, that looks like a '90s car.
If I had to guess, like maybe 2006.
Oh, okay. I'm totally off. Okay. It almost looks like it would look so. I mean, this is obviously a convertible, right? Okay.
Oh yeah. Hardtop convertible. You. Off. The Club Racers are hardtop.
I don't know why. I mean, I'm stating the obvious. So let's say there's half and half cars out there. When the top's off, they look completely different. Now, maybe it's the angle I'm looking at right now while I'm imagining the top being off. For some reason, and this is probably just my imagination, it feels like it would be longer if the top was off right now. But
I used to have an AP. It's called the AP1 and the AP2. There was 2 generations of it, but it was Honda's 20th anniversary car. They created this car based on their 20th birthday, pretty much.
I'll be damned.
And they released this thing, and it's one of the most sought after Hondas right now that you can get, besides like a Type R.
Wow!
But this thing, I mean, they go up to like 120 grand.
Holy shit! Really?
Yeah.
Just because of the nostalgia and the value. Okay. Damn.
It's limited as can be. Anyways, yeah, it's just I just wanted to stop on that
No,
for a
that's
minute
okay.
because I love it. It reminds me of, I mean, I had a AP1, which it wasn't a club racer, but it was just a regular S2000. But talk about fun. Man, that car was fun.
I don't know. After seeing this, that is a question, though. I mean, seriously, on those tires, I was thinking the white walls were peeling off, but ooh, this Mustang, it's like the original Terminator with that gray or silver. That is gorgeous, though. You just don't see it. You can't get that with newer. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to sound offensive towards newer cars, but the older classic cars, you put certain colors on them, and you just can't compare them. Oh man, son of a bitch! This just says "fuck me" hard.
Oh God!
It is. It's a kinky fucking I'm badass car, and that pretty much does it.
Damn. I'm gonna find one of those, and I'm gonna restore it, and I'm gonna build it.
Well,
that's gonna be my next project, man.
Never say never. That's for sure. That is for sure. I know. Hopefully, let's see. The next car show. So it'd be in this month because we just turned over to August here recently. And it's, what'd you say?
Yes,
usually the third weekend of August.
I think I got it saved. I can check real fast. August 19th.
Because it'd be nice to capture. I mean, maybe the same cars at a different angle, or something that wasn't there before this past weekend. And then naturally, I kept myself from saying something else. Maybe you could point out, hey, get this one because I got it the last time. I don't want to have it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
'Cause that'd be cool to share.
You know what also might be cool? I usually roll with a pretty good sized group. I mean, there's usually like 30, 40 of us that roll in together.
Mm-hmm.
This time it was just, I mean, everybody had stuff they had to do, so they couldn't show up that time. But maybe next time, I mean, maybe we can get that full experience together as well, because there's a lot of cool cars that weren't there that are usually there, but they had prior engagements. Plus,
we had the air show going on the very same day, which was the opposite side of town, so that could have had an effect on it as well. When I was a teenager going to that air show all the time, because it was a mandatory thing, and we'll get into that. It was actually the biggest air show in the world, was right in Dayton. Well, technically Vandalia. It was the biggest air show in the world at one time. Is that today? I couldn't tell you, but if the status probably hasn't lost much. So it would make a lot of sense. Because let's face it, if you have, men and women there showing off their cars, they're probably like, if they're a big fan of cars, they're probably a big fan of jets. And you
Sure.
have, it's so funny when it comes to jets. You either have your fans that are huge Blue Angel fans, or you have the opposite of I feel bad because I can't think of their names right now, because that's who was representing the air show this year. I'm more of a Blue Angel fan, so ironically, they don't come to the Dayton Air Show nearly as much. Damn it, I feel bad because I cannot think of the other. It'll come to me, and I'll just put it here on the damn screen like I always do.
We'll figure it out.
Thunderbirds. Yeah, I would definitely look forward to going again. Maybe we'll get lucky with the weather. I thought we were pretty lucky then, except when you're...
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
I may not walk around with my backpack as much as I thought I needed to, because I forgot that when I'm walking around for a few hours wearing my backpack, it was soaking wet. But yeah, I was like, what if your friends that obviously, like, damn it, I said, your friends like you, I'm working on it, guys.
Obviously.
It'll be great because this was my first time going, so it was almost like an opportunity to have baby steps as I'm walking around with this. But with your friends, that'll be a great opportunity to show off more of your car and your friends' car, and that would be nice to, I think, be a part of next, let's say, maybe 6 weeks from now when we can get that video uploaded. I'm just thinking ahead. It could be earlier than that. So
could be. We'll space them out. Maybe we'll put it out in the middle of winter so that, people can pacify themselves.
Well, I'm just,
Because
yeah.
there's no good cruises in the winter, man. They're all shut down.
To be honest with you, it has nothing to do with the car shows because I enjoyed myself, and I'm hoping that a lot of people that are catching on to what we're doing here or what they're listening to. By the way, if you are listening to this on your podcast, I can't thank you more, and I'm sure Chris feels the same way. And if you want to see what we were, commentating, if you haven't yet, you could check us out on our YouTube channel here. I've never even bothered announcing that. So yeah, this would be the benefit of watching this particular podcast on YouTube.
Yeah, we worry a whole lot about how the camera work looks and everything else. So everybody should definitely watch.
Oh yeah, because I don't know how you could put that on. Well, I mean, some of them you can't put the videos on there, but yeah. No, I'm just thinking of the realistics, the reality of hoping that we get so busy and overwhelmed with other podcasts. And, maybe my day job will actually give me more work again like they used to. Because if that were to happen, be like, okay, I got to get this editing time down for everything. So I'm thinking 3 steps ahead out loud when I really shouldn't. So, but yeah, my goal is, it would be great to have these during the wintertime. But Chris, if we get an audience that loves these cars and that's what more of a demand, then
we'll see. Here's the cool part, because summer is kind of like the seasonal activities. That's when you go out and you have your fun, right? Winter is when everything goes down. That's when you start building for next year. So there's plenty of stuff to be had. I mean, I plan on tearing apart a whole bunch of car stuff, maybe a turbo install. There's plenty of things I want to do that maybe we could cover that as well. I mean, the whole wrench turning aspect, not just the cool stuff.
I think it's brilliant. You've said it yourself. There's a large audience for this. And if we have I'm thinking outside of the box, if we have any individuals that we know that are into the horror genre, maybe they're wanting to do exactly what you're doing and they don't know how to do it. And they're like, oh, wow, this is awesome. I get the best of both worlds. Because I need to get my car fixed up. I got
some plans I want to do for next year.
Hell yeah, I love being the cameraman. I'm better at that.
We can do that, folks.
Finally, I get to do something I'm comfortable with.
I may ask you to, hand me a 10mm socket or something like that, because I may lose it.
That's spelled with the 10 with an M&M on it. See, I'm helpful
M&M.
after all.
Hell yeah.
Now that would really be cool. See, it just everybody, even if you're like me, if you don't have these, cool toys like Chris has when it comes to the cars, I just know there's got to be people out there. I know I shouldn't be saying that because there are people like that out there that don't say the O word all the time like I do. I always got that in the back of my mind.
It's not obvious to me what you're saying.
No, it's not at all. I'm not going to repeat it. Well, Chris, I think that will pretty much do it for this particular podcast. I mean, I know we don't have any more for that.
That's a 40-minute.
Yeah. Tune in soon we have to wait to the show or for the 19th to roll around yet. And today is the 6th. So yeah, I'll be looking forward to that because that will be my goal to capture more than other what we'd seen. But if you see too much of those Camaros and those Cobras, then blame me.
No, they're cool, man. Super
Failed
cool.
to mention the whole coffee thing.
They're all
Sorry.
cool.
Failed to mention what the coffee was all about.
How I didn't even ask you, how was that coffee? Was it any good?
It was all right. I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't terrible. If you're still watching, if you're still listening, yeah, it's Dayton's Cars and Coffee. And when Chris first told me that, I was like, oh, cool. I'm thinking because I love my coffee. Well, when we arrived there, as we stated, I got there pretty early. They have a vending. There's one of those food trucks but this case it was more like
Yeah.
coffees and donuts stuff, because it's early in the morning. We're there. They were there pretty early. They said they opened at 8. Was it?
Yeah, I think you got in line at like 7:30.
And what was interesting, they had a Porsche that was towing the really nice trailer too, by the way. I don't want to make it sound like just any food trailer or anything. It was really nice. And they had state-of-the-art technology. And by the way, I'm not putting the company down at all when I'm about to finish this stupid story. They're ready. They got their coffee made. They got their donuts, everything ready to go. And I understand, Chris can vouch for it, their computer wasn't ready. The people were, but their computer, oops. So when you pay for your coffee or donuts, and if you are like me that doesn't carry cash, they have pretty much a computer now that rings you up using your card. We stood there about a good 30 minutes, I guess. So I'm holding my
at least.
I'm holding my coffee, which was hot. Thank you very much. And I'm like, well, I'll get one donut too, because I'm figuring a lot of these companies, they'll charge you extra if you're not using cash. So if I'm going to get charged extra, I might as well get a donut too. So Chris is standing over to my right, being very patient, being very cool. And I'm trying to say, hey, if you want to, I'll catch. I'm thinking, I don't want to hold him up here.
No.
I'm standing. I'm trying to be. I'm like, okay, just enjoy the moment. You can look at the cars nearby at a distance. Meanwhile, my hand's burning like a son of a bitch.
I could tell you were irritated.
I'm kind of like, but I understood. I completely understood what was going on. There's nobody to blame here. But I'm like, God damn it, I want this fucking donut. I could eat it, but then I could be one of those assholes that said I just had coffee. Then I had this little voice in my head thinking, maybe they'll just let us have it for free. But when I stopped listening to that voice, I looked at my peripheral vision, and I'm like, no, they ain't going to let us have this for free, because that line got pretty damn long waiting for that.
And they were ringing up everybody with like the, I guess you kind of plug it into the iPads or whatever. It's like the square.
Exactly.
The square thing. And then
I think
something was going on there.
I think what I'll do.
They took like 40 minutes to get that shit up and running. Ridiculous.
What I'll do the next time, like I prepare for one's, shame on me. I about ready to mispronounce my own son's name. The next time, I'm going to go ahead and get some cash when I go to the grocery store. That way, if this is to happen again, I'll have cash in hand just to buy a fucking cup of coffee.
Maybe we should just stop and get coffee before.
You know what? That's brilliant, because there is a Dunkin' Donuts.
I don't know. Maybe they might get their shit together. Who knows?
But I don't, like I said, I'm not putting the company down. The coffee was good. It's just the experience was like, I was having a great time, but I think every coffee drinker out there, if it's hot, which is a good problem to have, but when you're holding it too long and you don't have a desk to sit it on, it's like, fuck, this is getting hot. Yeah. And I didn't want to stand there and drink it down real quick. And then, okay, by the way, your donut that you already ate and the coffee they already drank was $20. No, I want to pay for it, then enjoy it at my own leisure. Yeah, I just thought that was it is funny as hell now afterwards. So, but yes, I think you're right. My Dunkin' Donuts may just be the sensible thing to do next time. So,
yeah. And then if you want an extra, then you can wait in line for another
with
40
cash
minutes.
this time.
Just ball it up and throw it in their face. Fucking take it.
All righty. Well, folks, thank you so much for listening, for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. This was cool for Chris and I because we had a screen to share, and it gives us more opportunities to think of doing something like this down the road other than cars.
And we will have just the actual video, right?
Yes, absolutely. We'll have that as well.
We'll have that up as well, in case you don't want to see or, hear us talking.
Yes.
Maybe you just want to watch the cars.
I could probably upload that on our Instagram, our Facebook separately, and YouTube. And that way, why the hell not? I thought there was another one. No, they won't let us do it yet. That whole Twitter thing, but no one really pays attention just there because it's all you fine folks over here that pay attention, especially after that amazing live stream that we did last night. I can't thank I can't thank them enough.
It was fucking. That was.
It was funny. It was later out the next day after watching a little bit of it. Actually, a little bit the night before. I'm like, you know what? That train was hysterical. But I'm glad we got it out of the way when we did. So. Yeah.
Just fucking have fun, man. Enjoy the ride.
That's right. Enjoy the ride here on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Podbeam is where you find out all that information, of course. If you love the way this format's turning out, we've got an affiliate link in that description box. Click on that. It'll help Chris and I out a little bit, and it'll help you learn a little bit more about Riverside.fm. It is a wonderful source. I highly recommend to all of you, content creators out there that's wanting to follow in this podcast thing, that you check out Riverside.fm. It'll help you.
Riverside
It'll help your speech impediment grow. Mass and Gilbert. Freshness made simple.
No. It's good shit. Good shit. Good
all right,
site.
Chris, what do I have to hit?
That fucking button.
Okay. Chris and I want to thank you for listening or watching Meet Us in the Man Cave. Since you enjoyed watching us, make sure you want to tell all your friends about us, subscribe today, and click on that notification bell. It's going to be helping you being reminded when our next episode is uploaded, or even possibly a live stream video. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course, YouTube. You can listen or download to Meet Us in the Man Cave on your favorite podcasting app, available to stream or download so you can listen to us all you want, whenever you want. For more information, go to meetusinthemancave.podbean.com.